Hello, this is Vulturefire, and this is going to be one of those videos where I roughly know what deck I am going to play, but I haven't actually built it yet. So I realized I hadn't played Raodan in a bit. I want to do something a bit different, and I realized one of the decks that I have not played that much, I haven't played in a while, is the Ally Sacrifice deck. So I've played that on Inna. I want to try putting it together on Raodan. We'll just see how it goes. So obviously one of the questions is, like, what are we doing? So one of the things with the Sacrifice Allies deck is that, like, it is kind of an odd deck in that you don't have any payoffs. You don't have any real payoffs in the starting list, right? Because you don't have any ways to actually sacrifice to your allies. You don't have any ways to give taunt to your allies either, which means that you have no way to ensure that your allies actually die. Sometimes some enemies will just kill them, especially in ramparts. Like Scyther Beetles and Canims are both very happy to go ahead and murder your friends. Even like the damaged gargoyles can. But that's still a relatively limited amount of options. So we're not going to entirely rely on that. Aside from that, which means the important thing is we need to have another plan kind of to get started with for how we are picking up kills until we get there. And I don't really have a clear idea on what that's going to look like. One option is we just go like Curse Bolt and we try and put together like the self-status package. Another option is like we run like 2 of these and we go kind of aggressive. Scourge Price is just low damage. We could also run a Thriving Spirit as just like a placeholder. We are Raodan, we can afford this. That's okay damage. It does keep our allies alive, which we're looking to cut the Thriving Spirit so that we can like get a better engine going, but I don't hate that as our starting damage source. One thing without playing Inna is we won't be able to easily upgrade the assisted analysis immediately, which means we won't be able to like stack extra wits, which makes doing something like Equip Shot a lot harder. Because normally I would consider going like Equip Shot as our wing condition, although we still kind of get there if we do the self-status package, which I don't hate. And it also does power the assisted analysis, which is nice. I think we do want at least some shield generation. I think we may want the Necro Transmute as a win condition instead of Reforge. I think we're going to be slow if we want Cauterize. I don't know. I'm not totally sold. We probably don't actually need the treasure hunt looking at it. So we need Distill Elements. We can run a little lower on mana because we are Raodan. Although this is a relatively expensive deck. And I think we still need like at least one way to get shield. Because Frozen Head doesn't actually generate shield, it just gives us sturdy. And I tend to lean towards Overflowing Barrier for that. Because it's just a ton of shield for dirt cheap. Crumbling Defenses might be fine. I'm a little worried about Crumbling Defenses running down. Like, this deck is not fast. But that may still be better than the Overflowing Barrier. I guess we don't always need to play it, because the nice thing is we do have Phase Grace. So yeah, the starting deck is pretty awkward, and I'm definitely not sold on that. We probably don't even need the 2 copies of the Distill Elements. We probably only need 1. We'll try and pivot as we get through things. So we want, I think, all of the Sprite summoning cards. Maybe not Putrid Infection. I don't think Poison Sprite is worthwhile. Crystal Research, though. The Crystal Sprites are very good. I don't think we want another Assisted Analysis, but it might be okay. We'll start with that for now. We obviously want both of the Sacrifice cards. Are we sacrificing Drakes? We might be. It's not the worst thing to have. Mana Cycle can be useful. Mana Eruption tends to be useful because we're playing Raodan. Rock Recovery is just great. Sanctity. I like Runic Blast. It's kind of just becoming a list of like cards that I like playing for the epic slot, which is like I think the problem that this deck has right now is that it does to some extent lack identity, where you have like a couple cards that are pretty key, and then after that you're just kind of putting cards in a deck and hoping that it all works out. In my experience, it does, but it's not the best deck building strategy. I think I would rather have, honestly, as much as I love Drake Egg, I just always find that it ends up not being quite what I was looking for. And Royal Coffers, French opinion with Drake Egg. Now Royal Coffers is my best friend. Get those. I don't think we have the mana boost for Unstable Blast. I don't think we want to try and set up Unstable Blast. Ada spell seems okay. Mind over Body seems good. Trying to think. I think we do want Spirit Swarm. You can try Absorb Elements. Oh, you know what we need? We need Spirit Shield. This is actually okay. I'm blessed sold on this. And that. But we do, I think, want Spirit Shield. Because that is a very effective way to sacrifice allies. Do we want that more than Mana Eruption? I think we're going to want to have access to the big mana. I think this is the one that I think it's likely that we'll end up in situations where we can't actually play Runic Blast. Although Heroic Recovery tends to be worse on Raodan, just because we are less likely to be able to have trash cards to throw to it. So I think I would rather rely on Calculated Deception here as our way to deal with that. And in that case, the question becomes like, do we put in, because like we've had several options here that could be that last spot. Then, you know, we could put it back in the Drake Egg, we could put it back in the other thing we were looking at. Because Mystical Bloom is okay. It's hard to say no to a Mystical Bloom. All right. What other cards do we want? I don't think we can. I'm hoping we're not slow enough to use Invest, but I could be wrong about that. I don't think we can use Mana Bolt usefully. I don't think we can use Sorcerer's Secretion, unfortunately. Arcane Nova is usually good on Raodan. Can we Height of Knowledge? We don't have any adept sources for Height, which is a little weird for a Raodan deck, but what are our crystallized sources? Okay, yeah, it's Crack Open and then Sunder, which are neither of them particularly good. I don't have a weak source right now. That could be worthwhile. Honestly, yeah, I would, I think, pick up a Hobble. We'll see how this goes. I am not at all sold on this deck list, but we're just going to be playing S3, so what's the worst that could happen? Take that. Sure. Are we okay with fighting Hunt? We can just not actually fight Hunt. Easy. So we just get the threshold to decrease, we don't actually have to fight Hunt? Sure, why not? I didn't even have to manipulate to make that one happen. Okay. This tends to be good. I don't think the other two are particularly valuable. So we want to go here because we want to try and get Extract Potential. That's kind of the key card that we want. And then we'll just go, I think, these two into the event. Although these fights with the Sun can be a major pain in the butt with the Sun plus Hunger. Because that can lead to them just to like they get shielded every time we draw extra cards. I think this is not going to be a fight where Cauterize matters. So let's just go ahead and get damage out. And the advantage there is that now we can redraw into whatever. But yeah, obviously, like the downside to the sprite is that, to the Wits sprite, is that it does not, it can pick up powerful from like the Thriving Spirit, but it does absolutely nothing with it, which can be a little unfortunate. I can draw a bunch of cards here, but they have Opportunist. I don't really have anything to do with those cards. We don't even need to play the Crumbling Shield again. I guess we were taking a little bit of damage here. I thought we weren't, but that's fine. But the advantage of not drawing cards is like drawing cards is a downside here because it heals them. And with our damage so low, I think we want to avoid over healing them. There's also a very good argument to be made that I should not have gotten Distork out and that I should have tried harder to specifically get whatever out. Unfortunately, Hunger is active, so yeah, we don't get as much value there as we would like. But we are making progress through the fight, which is not always something you can say with these runs, so I'll take it. There's absolutely no reason for you to play off that that second phase Grace there. That everyone against powerful 2 is pretty nice. And yeah, I'm very glad I had that Thriving Spirit because it is obviously representing a decent amount of damage here. And here's the reason that Necrotic Transmutation is actually in the deck. And we can go ahead and evade this incoming hit. Although it's not going to matter because we have lethal and we have plenty of shield. Bye. Okay. This is going to be really useful. That's just a lot of extra damage. And especially against this fight where we've got to deal with skies and everything else. I think that's easily the highest priority thing to do. It's a pretty good turn one. And we're taking a little bit of damage here, but we critically are not going... Well, I say that. Hunger may decide that we're bleeding anyway. Pretty happy to see that powerful come out, I think, overall. Because I think that's a net benefit for us. Generally speaking, maybe not. Alright. Yeah, I think I want to have this permanent, or non-temporary, whatever. Okay. Yeah, we still have lethal here. And that's going to take out the powerfuls, which means that our Dorkums are going to live. We are now unfortunately bleeding. I guess fighting into Hunger with this is a little awkward because the Insidious Power Stones are not our friends. But we've gotten pretty lucky with lining them up so far. Oh, let's actually cleanse off. Whatever. Could get another evade out. I think I want to do this plus the evade. So I'm going to take damage from the back one. This is another time where like Hunger is causing us problems because like we would have just we would have evaded both the incoming hits if it wasn't for Hunger. Haha! We don't have any shield. Now what? Alright, let's get shields to block. Okay. This is the kill. Hopefully we'll find some of the summoning sacrifice stuff, because it's going to be a really unfortunate run if we don't. Void Hardened Skin is very good. I think we tend towards this. Alright. Extra status supplies is fine. But we didn't get like any, we didn't get the bomber unit, which is the other sacrifice card, so we can't get volatile powder. Hey, Lamau. So we are going to be able to get summoning remote, which is always great. I actually had this happen to me the last time I did one of these, a summoning run. Sometimes I swear I get the best luck when I'm recording. You know, I'll record and I'll think, man, that deck was great. I want to just play another run with it, and then I'll play a run off stream, and it'll be like I get none of the stuff to go with it. Like I recorded a treasure run where I got 2 royal coffers, and then I did another treasure deck with a different character immediately afterwards, and found 0 copies of royal coffers in the entire run. Which suboptimal, I would say. That will kill you. Alright, we're not on soothing skies anymore, so I can actually just play things out and it's fine. I could have taken the invigorating sunlight, but I thought having that extra shield was more useful, by the way. Bonk. There's a dark ritual. We could take this one. This is like the least, this is the less valuable of the two, though. Because this is the one that, I think I did pass up a pack strike earlier, didn't I? Yeah, probably. Which I probably should have taken. But Dark Ritual is the one that I don't care as much. I want the ability to sacrifice them for damage, because this doesn't even trigger them. An Ada spell is just, I think, more useful to us right now. Because right now we are not in a position where we want to be sacrificing, necessarily. I don't know that I want to... I guess it'll be fine. Just obviously gonna dump into that one instead of... Haha, you didn't quite kill us, although that's obviously not great for us. It's okay damage, I'll take it. And then we do get lethal here, which is nice. Kind of funny watching it finish out its slow turn. That does technically work with our allies. I don't know that we need more mana just yet. Our mana situation seems okay, although we haven't picked up any mana cards yet. I think I do like that enough more. And now this fight could be a pain in the butt. Because we have no choice. Like, normally my advice with this fight is you really want to kill, I should have gotten that out first. It doesn't matter because it no longer fills the board. You really want to kill the unit itself first. Because otherwise it sets up all of this powerful that just dumpsters you, which is not great. I'm very glad we were able to line that up, though. And that, I guess, will help us. Pay a little bit of life. Draws everything else out, but I think I want... Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose some stuff here. We'll see how much. This is where like weak is better than tough when you're doing this summon deck, which is something because the weak doesn't help protect your summons, obviously, as you can see there. So our spirit is about to get trounced, and we are about to be bleeding. How much damage is that? Yeah, Yeah, we can't quite kill you, I think, but we get close-ish. Especially with this pack tactics coming out. Okay, we do actually get to kill that, which is really important because it means that we don't get summoned over. Which is convenient. Although we are going to be bleeding this turn. If we can't. Because it seems very unlikely we kill this again. But weirder things have happened, I guess. That pack tactics does a lot, actually. And yeah, it looks like we are going to get this kill here, which is that now we are, which means that next turn we are going to be in trouble because our friendo in the back there is going to start attacking us for like infinity x4, yeah, 10x4. Just kidding, we're bleeding anyway. And this jerk has berserk. We are already tough. We are going to get frozen here, but that's probably fine. And we do actually get a decent amount of damage here, though. So we get close to getting this kill. So it's not as bad as it could be. But it's very important to focus damage because, like, there's only so many turns of taking this huge hit that I can. There's so many turns I can take that huge hit before before I just die. Fortunately, once it goes down, it loses, even though it's berserk, it loses its powerful, which was the main reason it was a threat. So we're going to lose a little bit of health here because we only have 4 shield, but that's fine. Although I said we were going to lose a bunch of health, I forgot about our good friend Warbot Outrider. That's not the one we're looking for, but it's fine. It's still pretty useful to us, so we're going to take it. This could be useful. That's also very good, though. Like, this is only powerful 5 to 1 ally once. Okay, these do now upgrade to bleed 2 again. Because for a while, they only upgraded to bleed 1, and that's just, this upgrade was just trash. But now they upgrade to bleed 2, which makes it much better. I'm kind of to get the assisted analysis. I think that does make sense. I think we do not want... I don't like that we're cutting our card draw, but I think that the sprite at this point, like the wit sprite, is just not where we want to be at. I think there's no reason to take this fight. I think it is... Like, we can do it, and it's not the worst, but I don't think we care enough about the wild cards to justify dealing with a fight that could be a real pain in the butt. Especially because, like, now we just don't have to take a fight. And we don't have to take a card. Yeah, we will, I think, we want that. So the nice thing about that triggering the action, though, is that now you're going to actually get to benefit from pack tactics, which you normally don't. All right, let's help our friends get that jerk dead. Also, of course, that bleed will stick around for our turn, which is going to be nice. They're going to be shocked, but that hopefully will be okay. Yeah, we want the top, because the thing is, like, only one of these hits is actually going to be a big hit. The other one is going to be mitigated by whatever. The other one's going to be, we're going to lose the shock after the first hit connect, so unfortunately hunger is not active, which means I guess it wouldn't matter in this case. But yeah, so like the second hit was only for 7 damage because we were no longer shocked. And because the Arcane Nova, they didn't have shock rune, so we didn't have to worry about that. Honestly, let's just get some damage out. We don't really need shield right now. I say that, and then I do things that mean that we need shield, but our friend has our back. Alright, this will get us a lot of bleed out. Just kidding. It's not going to get any bleed out because Or I guess this one does put out some bleed. I think I was wrong about which order things were going off in. Everything going pretty well so far. Again, Warbot Outrider. It is difficult to see in the moment, but Warbot Outrider is carrying this because that pack tactics from Warbot Outrider is a massive percentage of our damage. And I don't think that's really obvious if you're just doing what I normally do, where I'm just like letting the numbers flow past me. All right, let's pop and pop. And I don't think I want to waste that yet. We will waste it. We're not going to get good use out of it. I don't want to waste it yet. It's unfortunate we got the Arcane Nova, and then immediately it sets up Frenzy, because like Arcane Nova is our way to deal with that Frenzy. And getting this tough out, this extra tough and fortress out is important because we are about to get Frenzy turned, and because it's the robotic mass, we have no clue what it's going to do with those turns. Because we may get shocked, and then it may hit us for a shock attack. Okay, no, it's just going to turbo curse us. This guy can spit a ludicrous amount of curse, honestly. And now we're shocked. All right, we are super frozen. Let's do that. And I can draw cards here, so. Although I guess I probably shouldn't have because of the overcharge. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. Although we are still super cursed. We do get a turn off here. Hopefully we can find Cauterize. Actually kind of impressive that we found Cauterize considering we had, this is a turn where we are. Whatever. Alright. I really wanted to get shield up here because I wanted to block that curse. Although I probably spent more health doing that than I prevented. Alright, there's the power stone, which is annoying. Alright. Gonna draw cards here. Thank you, that's what I was really hoping to see. Okay. Honk. I don't even really need to play that. So more cleanse is obviously kind of a priority here. We've gotten relatively lucky on how this is like. We had that a couple turns there that were a little rough, but we've otherwise had things go pretty well, which is nice. We want to play this just to get a little bit of healing out because we can. And there we go. Robotic Mass is Berserk, and it's going to spin its Berserk turn doing absolutely nothing. Yeah, I think we just take the Sanctity. Flood of Insight is also very good, but I want the extra cleanse. This is funny. I don't know that it's actually good, but we're going to take it. Like, it's on theme. It's so on theme, we can't not take it. Getting upgraded summons is nice. I think at this point we're kind of keeping we've kind of turned we're keeping the Thriving Spirit. We may cut the Assisted Strike. I don't think we need the Assisted Strike because we picked up the Battle Banner. and the aided preparations. At this point, though, we absolutely would like to have a Spirit Swarm. No Dama Broodmother, which would be the allied summon that we can pick up in this area. Could Golden Touch, just for the lulz. The downside to skipping stuff is that I don't have... I'm not going to be able to pick up a... I can't force a Devourer's Strike, which is what I would really like to see. Although if we can just keep drawing Necro Transmute right when we need it, that's fine. So the question is, like, is this useful enough to justify... I don't think we want that. Justify taking the extra fight, or do we just want to go... I don't think we can use Elemental Breach, but I'd like to. Devour Strike is good, though. So between these two, Golden Touch is funny, but I don't think it's actually good. I think Crystal Infection is closer to good. Yeah, let's do that. Just thinking through what exactly I want to do with my... So you're going to be a jerk. The main annoyance here is that the specific jerkish thing that this guy's doing is setting up Arcane Link on us. Which is really what we wanted to do to it. Fortunately, we're at a 13 max on stuff, so... This should be fun. Because you are going to kill you, and now you're going to kill you. There's no Vitals active, so that's not a threat. I should just do that. Nice. That's actually kind of perfect. Bye. Yeah, we'll try it. The Crystallize is nice, because the Crystallize will also boost damage from our allies. You, again, just coming out of the gate, but I guess we are also coming out of the gate with the same nonsense. Which, you gotta be pretty happy with that. This is a less scary friendo normally than the frog, though, so we got that going for us. Although the idle fight means that that's 3 and this guy decided to do the 1 in 3 chance of giving us Arcane specifically, which is a problem. Because this turn we can't really play cards if we want to. Yeah, because even with that done, very strapped on being able to actually play cards. I think it's worth getting that out. Oh, I thought we had 1 more card play. Well, whoops. I can't count. But we survive. And we get our pack tactics back. Which I guess we got back anyway, but minor details. Fortunately, Cruelty isn't one of our active idols here, so the Arcane is a lot less scary than it could be. And these guys apparently do not do AoE stuff. I don't have a good handle always on what does and doesn't do AoE. This is going to be mount. And it seems like, actually, try to do that. Yeah, that seems worth it. Alright. Draw 3, discard 2. I think that's the most useful thing. Just because it... let's get that out. Do that. Oh, I didn't realize we were shuffling. I should have played things differently. Look at all that damage. Just to get the pop. Although I guess it doesn't matter a ton because Berserk means that these front attacks from the Binta are just gonna get shrugged off. Bleed's annoying, it's fine. Naturally, Blade comes out on turn that you're not even attacking us. We're not getting a ton of value out of this, but I think it is ultimately worth it. Just gonna get something out. And I think that summon was worth it because it means that Pack Tactics is just that much more damage. Oop. BRB becoming more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Fortunately, thanks to Warbot Outrider, still MVP, we have enough shield. That's kind of tempting. We're not really stockpiling the kind of mana you need to justify Mana Blast. You don't need that much. My tab is very good though. And we have a little bit of healing, which you don't need a ton to support it. So I think we just take it. And yeah, we could go like idle, but I think we don't care enough about these cards. And I would like either of those two. We don't actually need shield right now. Although it doesn't hurt and it does get us a detonation, so I'll take it. We are now arcane leaking. That's fine. I think we do want the Binta Plus over the Squire Sprite. Yeah, we'll just take the damage at this point. Are we going to draw into +1 mana? Importantly, none of that will help us turn on Arcane Nova. Or turn on Distill Elements, which is what I was looking to see. So we may as well just kill you. Kill you. Go ahead and get my friend. So, sacrifices Sal lead so far. Ally sacrifice so far, 0. So, by that metric, we're doing terribly. But by other metrics, like how many fights we've actually lost recoverable health in, which I think is 0, we're doing better. Because if we don't sacrifice allies, we also don't sacrifice ourselves, it's fine. We're all winners here. As I say that, we could. I think we're at a point where this is okay. It does have retained, which is nice. You'll take Crystalline Bite, but I don't think I super care about that. Tiny Book is always incredible. And we're not really a Frost deck, despite being unrouted. You cannot have our Tiny Book. And then, yeah, we'll just go here. Because that was the plan. You gotta stick to the plan. Everything would fall apart if you didn't stick to the plan. It could be disastrous. Right. Probably should have tried to get Arcane. More importantly, I should have played this before playing the other thing. Anyway. And it is worth playing that out, I think, for the detonation. I really should have tried to get the Arcane Nova out. these jerks are going to spam Purity, which is always annoying. Although I've been playing, I did, last run I did before this was next S6 run, which means, I should have played that first. Which means a run where you have all 6 idols on, and that also means you have 3 idols active in these mid-boss fights. And so in S6, you have to deal with the obnoxiousness of them just getting to Purity, which is really annoying. Okay, we are going to get frozen here, but I'm only slightly frozen. It's fine. Lightly chilled. So, as far as debuffs go, like, once we get the bent out, like, bleed is up pretty much all the time. And then, I don't actually know if I want to play that. It's a little risky. It'll be fine. It was fine. Ta-da! Do that. I think getting rid of the crystallize is worth it. But yeah, we obviously would want, ideally, somebody to get out a 3rd debuff here, so that we can actually use that thing. Like, this doesn't really count. Just because it's, I should have done that first. Yeah, I don't really want to, I guess I don't really need to play that out right now either, though. Guess we're still relatively early in the fight because we're still in first rotation. Alright, that's kind of what I was hoping to see. I guess Frail is another debuff we can put out. We can do that somewhat regularly. I think it is worth doing that. Going all out. Yeah, the Dark Ritual, the nice thing about Dark Ritual is, like, if we don't need it, we can just sit on it. And, like, in this case, I don't think we want to sacrifice a Benta for it. Although, oof, so close to losing the Outrider. Fortunately, we didn't, because obviously this friendo is a huge part of our game plan. And it could have been devastating to lose it. Because we have no way to get it back after it dies. Very happy to just immediately play that again. Yeah, our health is obviously doing pretty good right now. And we're about to have the second one down. So 1 more to go. Okay, yeah. Yep. I want to get that up more permanently. Doing a surprising amount of magic blasting with whatever, because I normally don't. Obviously, one downside of Hunger, of playing idols into Hunger, is like we have to wait forever for these fights to actually resolve. Because we have to wait for all of our allies to do their things, which adds like, 15 seconds to the fight. Alright, well, there's the elemental breach we were looking for. Moment of truth, do we take it over the other things? It has the ability to miss, but it's so good if it doesn't. I want to try it. That actually could be okay. The other stuff is useless. Oh, burn applied by spells I should have taken, because that would have been a... I should have taken that because it was kind of perfect for setting up the elemental breach. I want to upgrade the elemental breach, but at the same time I don't, because I don't want to risk it. Because there's a chance that ends up getting cut. What is our boss here? Okay, it's not Spirit Prism, so I don't think we need to upgrade Sanctity necessarily. I guess it's the... Yeah, we get more powerful out of the Squire Sprite Plus, which is actually potentially quite relevant. That's just more crystallized and arcane leap, which also isn't bad, but not crucial. I think we'll just take 8 Spell Plus because it's pretty good. And I want to cut the crumbling defenses, but I don't think we can. Maybe like one more shield card before we can do that. Honestly, it's... Well, I don't think we can cut... Can we cut the Absorb Demise? I don't think we can justify cutting it. I don't know. I think I'm actually finally going to pick up a reroll token. Probably waste it on something, but it's fine. Alright. Let's start by doing that. Probably should just put the crystallize on the front one. Realizing now that we have absolutely no space to summon an extra friendos. That heal is actually really annoying because it takes off the frail here, which makes it that much harder for us to get the elemental breach off. Because I don't think we actually have a way to get elemental breach off right now. Especially without whatever. Without our other friend. Okay, Bryson is doing that. Fortunately, we have several cards here that are just kind of dead. This isn't doing anything for us. We really don't want to sacrifice this friend. Fortunately, we are doing a pretty good job of cutting through that front Dama, and then once it's dead, things open up. Yeah, so the front Dom is now dead. Absolutely want to evade that big hit, incoming hit. We take that rune if we do this, but I think it's worth it. I should have just cut the Dark Ritual, probably. I'm just... Because I don't think... Like, we are so far off being a deck that wants Dark Ritual at this point. Alright. I will always be happy when we can line this up. Let's do this pair. Last card in the draw pile is Thriving Spirit, which would be fun to play, but we couldn't afford it, so... Fight. Yeah, we can finally play Dark Ritual. And we just play Shovels out. Yeah, the Elemental Breach absolutely not paying off yet. But you'll note I optimistically said, yes. Okay, I think it may be time for this dork to die. for us to actually use this. Because getting that off is absolutely worth it. Because it gets us a kill. Get a replacement friend. When in doubt, look, you can kill your friends as long as you just have a backup replacement friend ready to go. We didn't even need a replacement friend. I mean, we don't have any stats reduction still, right? That makes that pretty okay. We also don't have the powerful game that I really tend to like to pair with it, but we could potentially get augment power here. There's a 1 in 6 chance. Another full fight. Sure. It's worth getting that crystallize out, even if we don't directly get any value from it besides that. It's a almost maximized absorb element, which works out pretty okay for us. Kind of to our interest to actually play that out just to keep the extra arcane on hand. Obviously getting out that AoE freeze is great, because it's just like, this turn, ignore it. And this person's triggering, this trigger is triggering burn, but it's going to be completely irrelevant because we only have the one burn. And we're obviously just going to use that up at end of turn. I'd like the ability to draw back into that. Let's go ahead and draw 3. Okay, no luck. Boop. Yeah, you better enjoy your 1 fire mastery. And then, don't even need to play out that shield. Love idle endurance, just making our day easier. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for with Spirit Swarm. Because that's kind of, we are absolutely a Spirit Swarm deck at this point. I think I've actually said that out loud, using my mouth parts. And the Spirit Swarm is also going to be our upgrade, because that is a fantabulous upgrade. I think that is the final nail in the coffin on Dark Ritual. But we may as well hold hold Dark Ritual in hand. I still think we would rather not deal with the Frostbite, because the burn is just a one-time damage pump. That's unfortunate. But I guess all of the options there were worth it. It's probably better than the shock would have been for us. Although we are probably about to get shocked here. Okay, no, I'm just kidding because of the plated, of course. Doop. Realizing now that this is not quite going to work out the way I would like it to, but that's fine. Important thing is we start getting some growth. We do have a little bit of powerful going. And those are both good things. You have 1 debuff on you. Because we are still just repeatedly in the same awkward position. Although that is actually going to turn on, or we will turn it on. It's just not on quite yet. But now that turns this on. And so the nice thing here... Oh, that changed. That's unfortunate. For a while, there was at least one point where if this shocked and froze, it would also then corrupt. But it doesn't seem to do that anymore. Or maybe like the freeze counts what the shock does, and the shock doesn't actually get applied until the end of. Anyway, we don't have any wets. I will take the extra draw next turn. But yeah, Elemental Breach did pretty okay work there. Let's see what we get out of that. Ooh. If we do that, we don't get the full Distill Elements mana, but we don't need the full Distill Elements mana. Although we are about to waste that kind of on... Oh, it's okay. We are going to explode here, and we're going to take a little bit of damage, I think, overall. Although, I didn't see that freeze coming, and it is very... Oh, come on, you jerk. Freeze wasted. We are obviously not making particularly fast progress through this fight. Because we're having to rely more on the Arcane, which is obviously not our highest damage source. But we're slowly making progress, I think. Alright, we now get to get one of those. Oh, I should have done that first. Oops. Oh, that doesn't actually turn that on, does it? Wow. Don't I feel silly? Should try to prioritize getting our Arcane Dove out. Alright, let's see what happens here. Because we've got another random status. If it's freeze, we're fine. Yeah, shock could be a problem. Because we're about to lose Tough. Alright, we got Tough back. It's just going to be focused. Pop. Not a big pop, but it's still a pop. Alright, we are almost to actually doing damage to this jerk. By which I mean we are almost to... Alright, that uses up one of our shocks, but unfortunately we do get re-shocked immediately. Sure, I don't think we actually need 10 more men here. Hopefully we find shield or something here. Looks like it is going to be or something. Which is better than nothing. Whoops. I guess we get a little bit of shield here. But I would like to have gotten some evasion out. Just didn't happen. Ooh, that's online. We can freeze. Because of the shock. Everything is coming up us. We might be setting ourselves up to die to the revenge hit from this after this one goes down. We'll see. Because you're going to hit this front one regardless of what else we do. So. And so we shouldn't take too much damage here because you're about to be... Yeah, because you lost all your powerful, which is a very safe way for us to lose all of our shock. So this guy doesn't do the revenge hit immediately. It's probably going to come out next turn then. He does have 13 powerful. Let's go Ventas. Oh, I should get out. Yeah. No point playing that. Boom. Just kidding, the revenge hit's never coming out. Ventus Swarm too good. And of course, Warbot Outrider, still MVP of the run. Honestly, Arcane Silence. This is almost the time to use that. I think we want the Rallying Tabard more. Absolutely, Spirit Storm Plus, and then we are cutting. This did work for us. This didn't. Right, we are fighting Maw, which is obnoxious. We're going to swing by here and force Convene with Shadows, I think. But we've got a decent number of events. I'm saying we do this in one video or not. I think with 3-4 events on the line, we can do this in one video. We're not hitting a Protector, which is kind of giving up that cleanse, but I think we will be fine, but that could be wrong. This guy could also be a problem for us. We'll see. We're really going to be stress testing thing we just picked up. This is a really unfortunate situation for our mana to be in, because I would really like to play out. I think we're going to do this. But that absolutely could be wrong. Because every time we get shield, they get shield. Which is beautiful. That whomp. This is unfortunately not a hunger fight, because if it's a hunger fight, then this jerk would lose all of the powerful before hatching. Yes, hatching is the correct word. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and lay in on that one. Womp. Aha, you can't sell our mana if we don't have any. And now that's actually perfect, because that's going to save our friendos from this. Honestly, this is another card that's like borderline bad. At least in this specific list. Yeah, this combines with Friendo to get us the kill here, which is good. Because now we only have the big guy. We want that for this. Do we need it though? How much mana is that left in the top? We absolutely need more mana. That's absolutely our next priority. Because the big problem is in fights where we can't actually trip a bunch of stuff to get our growth set up. Aha! Good luck doing 50 damage if we have an evasion. Alright, we need one more debuff on you. That'll do. Now you get to have a bad day. And critically, this prevents the powerful from coming up. Powerful for everyone. That'll trip the opportunist. Quomp. And we should have kill next turn. The nice thing here is if we let our summons get the kill, then the shell comes out with no, it doesn't get a turn immediately. Which, since we don't have a way to, we're going to do this for the growth, although I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, we don't want to do this because we want that finish off so that now we don't have to deal with it taking a turn this right now. Alright. And now we get a full turn to respond. And we have 25 powerful, which is why, like, I say the absorb elements is bad, but like once we get this much powerful, like the absorb elements is just, which is part of why I like the absorb elements, is that like it is an amazing powerful carrier. And yeah, the necro, whatever, obviously carrying. Give me a second. All right, done with that distraction for now. Flying strike isn't bad. Second hardened, void hardened skin would be kind of nice though. Give us more shield, more consistent shield. That seems good. And it's events time. Do we have enough disruption cards? I don't know what counts. Yes, thank you. We are going into Moss, so we want to upgrade our cleanse. We don't actually have strikes, so this would be good. Blood Mage's Garment is usually useful, but I don't think it's good enough for us. All right, we don't have any strikes. We don't have any strikes. We're kind of... We should think about picking one up before we get to Maw. Because Maw will give us things that draw into strikes. But for now, Tower Shield is definitely way better. And I don't think turning on Elemental Breach is enough worthwhile to justify doing that. Alright, so we didn't get the fight there. You absolutely cannot have our summoning remote. We did get the fight here. But we're not giving up the thing that is carrying the... We have built our entire run around this item. You cannot have it. That's my pro strategy tip. Do not give away the item that is the entire reason that your run is going as well as it is. It's a bad idea. Sure, we just draw more cards. Why not? I may just give you the worst day ever. Seems good to me. Bad days for you too. Pretty good turn one. What's our native evade chance? 5%? Okay. Not too bad. Let's go. Pop. 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 And so you're just gonna die. Bonk. No active idols is nice. Alright, get powerful out, which means I shouldn't play these. I should just go for that. But I'm not here to make good decisions. Yeah, so you remove 2 arcane and then you do 16 status. That seems fair. It seems like the correct trade balance. All right. Bye. This is what they get for trying to take the summoning remote. Summoning remote fights back. Should have just probably taken the draw too, but and then you get to have a great day. And we're going to need to play those out. They can be a little awkward if there's the last thing left in our hand, which can happen. Absolutely willing to spin the reroll here on turn to gunk, I think. Although this may be our only way to keep our other friendo alive, because the mod does AoE attacks. So if we want to keep Outrider alive, we need that. And we get another shot turn to gunk here anyway. Which I definitely remembered without checking the map. That's the thing that I knew offhand. 100%. So we'll draw more cards. It's kind of unfortunate. Because I am looking at taking some damage here. And by some damage, I mean quite a lot of damage. Because I got greedy and I played the wrong things, basically. Fortunately, it shouldn't cost me too much, provided I can recover this turn. But yeah, this has to be what I play next. Yeah, we're still losing health, but that's unfortunate. Because it makes it very hard for us to actually do much of anything into these sharks this turn. Like, that's worth doing. But we're looking at losing more health again. Okay, we got that evade out, which is nice. That's not doing anything this turn. I want to play that. I need to keep that, though. And that's what we're going to do. Yeah, because now I can't transform this, because I just didn't keep the thing that would let me do that. And then, yeah, the evasion's worth more than the shield. If we've got all the treasures we're going to get out of this guy. So you're at least going to get killed this turn. Although unfortunately it takes the entire goon squad to take it out. Oh, I didn't even think about the fact this is a hunger fight again. Oh, it's fine. Okay. Slightly awkward position here. We do at least get some shield, but I'm pretty sure we were frail. Well, we just have not been able to get any sturdy out this fight. It's just overall, I would say, been a bad fight. But we're going to get a turn to gunk out of it, which is some consolation. We need any stealth status in order to take advantage. Oh, that'll do it. That shield from... We would be dead without that shield from whatever. But our fight is almost over. Rude. Because that combo means it may take us another turn after this one. Alright. We're able to get through just enough damage. Slightly more than just enough, but not too much more. Turn to gunk. Didn't even have to spend the reroll on it. Don't think we want that. This would be a way to strip Purity and get Elemental Breach off. I think that's worth it. Oh, we did get Status Decrease every turn +2, which just messes up some of our other plans. So, one note on this particular fight is that, of course, we have to deal with a bunch of summons that are going to get... I maybe should have thought more about it, that we're going to deal with a bunch of volatile summons, or unstable summons, which means that they are going to keep exploding, and that is going to put a real strain on our ability to keep this guy alive. And without that guy alive, like, there's no way that I think we can consistently clear out our other problems. That's unfortunate. Should have looked at the prediction. I don't even remember if you made a prediction for that. So, we passed the first test, which is that we needed to get that thing to die this turn so that we didn't lose the spirit. Because if we lose the spirit here, then at that point I think it's basically impossible for us to keep up with the summons. Because we need to be getting a summon kill every single turn. Alright, this is going to work out. Obviously, it's not the bestest thing ever, but our squad is alive, and the enemy squad is not. And yeah, the whatever it's called, the Rallying Tabard is keeping us alive. Or more importantly, keeping the spirit alive. It's keeping the spirit alive! I want to play that. I think we should play that though. This one at least isn't getting any more exploding. Okay, good. We're going to be able to get rid of at least one of these insidious power stones. We need to get rid of both of them. And we have two ways to get rid of them. We can turn them to gunk, which just permanently takes them out of the play. And yeah, so like I said, getting debuffs out of whatever. We can get another debuff out of this. So we're going to. And just working on slowly but surely taking out various buffs. So far this fight is going, like I said, about as well as we can expect. I think this is the double summon turn, which is going to kill this guy with, which is going to kill the front two dorks. Basically no way to keep them alive. So looking for some way to self-status. I'm just going to get rid of this, because that was not a real card. But if we could self-status, there's like a chance we could get a freeze out. Although I think even that was unlikely to happen. So we're going to lose, like I said, at least one, maybe two of our summons. But we got really close to getting this kill. Yeah, two of our summons. We got really close to getting the kit. We did a lot of damage to the boss. Which makes me think we're in a very good spot to actually win this fight. Pop. I want to do this. I'm torn between. Let's do this. Because that will let us, yeah, get so close to getting this kill. And then we have plenty of tough. Let's just get more powerful out on our friendos, although I think that's basically irrelevant at this point. So close to that kill. All right, we have that kill. We just have to get to the end of turn. Unfortunately, it is going to get that last chance to summon, which irritating, but nothing we can do about it. You can do it, a little death spore. You can do it all on your own. Just kidding. You can't. Victory. Alright. I do want that, but I'd rather have the Communal Shadows. So Communal Shadows is basically a suicide card, is the thing. Like, it suicides our summon. For that reason, I think Devourers is better. And the question becomes, what do we upgrade? Oh, no, we're going into Maui. We're upgrading Sanctity. What am I saying? And we're cutting... I'm going back and forth on the Absorb. I think the problem is, like, we have enough trouble setting it up, and we're only going to, like, the boss is obviously only going to be a single fight anyway. I don't love these fights, because we have to do two of these back-to-back, and the second one's even harder because we've got to deal with bonus friendo. But we do what we must, because we can. But yeah, not looking forward to back-to-back doing this fight twice. Just because it's going to be, I think, relatively long. It's a pretty good test of Maul, though, because it's basically Maul minus the AoE curse. But it has all the other elements of the fight that we are not looking forward to dealing with, so... Alright. Thank you. We are now shocked. And just immediately max damage from that shock. So what I was saying, like, the downside to some of these cards when we're playing Raodan is, like, we just don't have the spare trash cards that other characters might have. I think it's worth doing that. We're gonna need that shield because how this ends up shaking out, which is that we're gonna end up getting cursed here. So we take actually an okay amount of damage there. All right. I could just get rid of the Thriving Spirit. It's actually probably not going to be excuse me, necessary this fight. So Shadowbone Elemental can summon, but it won't. It can, but it won't until everything else is dead. In case you were curious about that. Alright, and once you can just take away your ability to have a turn. Oh man, so close to that kill. There we go. Alright, now we are shocked. And now it does the summon instead of the AoE damage. Oh, we cleansed at some point, didn't we? Yeah, we don't need that. Actually, probably could get rid of the phase graces here. So, almost the end of the fight, and overall it has gone way better than I might have expected. 50-50 shot that this lightning call does anything, which is basically par for the course. Yep, that's also par for the course. However, we have the kill. Finally. Way too late, buddy. Mind over body, though, I do really like having. I haven't been paying enough attention to our wits to know if we can guaranteed sustain it, but our crit chance is just 10%, and we don't have any ways to actually gain crit. Let me double check the other options. Yeah, this is what we want. For upgrades, this, maybe? I think we can support this, but I just don't know how much like extra raw stats there matters. This unfortunately still doesn't cleanse our allies an additional time. I think we can take that. The extra, this does, the Square Sprite pluses are a decent bit better than the regular ones. And yeah, so we're gonna go here. Ooh. Do we want to deal with the stupid fire one? I think so. We'll see how it goes. I really shouldn't, because like we know that the other one we can manage, and we have no clue how this fight's gonna go. Alright, we don't need that because we have this. Although I should have just thought about pitching that, because it's gonna do absolutely nothing for us this turn. Also, I should have considered the Arcane Nova, because it gets us whatever. Nice thing is, summons do tend to be pretty good at taking away evasion. Yeah. And yeah, we can do that. And this is a great thing to have. If we drew into the... I would love to draw into the turn to gunk, but we couldn't afford it, so... Because obviously gunking the other power stone would be nice. Well, the good news is, that one thing is going to be online. If we draw it, Elemental Breach, which we did not. There we go. Let's stop the summon from coming out. Something summon will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there will be summon. Never apologize for the puns. Alright, we do have Devour Strike though to also ensure that we can always guaranteed force the transform, which is really good. I see you, Phobos. You are absolutely a cat. But you can get my lap, but you absolutely cannot stand on the mouse pad. That's no good. Let's see if we can get either the... Okay, cool. We got that hit lined up. Bye. Okay. Hey, we're even going to be able to use Lightning Call. Oh, no, just kidding. Lightning Call is going to get smashed by Overdraw. Lamau. Phobos, I need you to not poke my hand that is on the mouse. That's, it's no good. Alright, so we're dealing with opportunists this turn. Need to be a little careful. And we could eat this opportunist rock if we had to, but we don't have to, so we're not going to. And Phobos has decided to go do other things. Cat pictures available on request. Honk. get the bonus hits out. Especially because that gets like extra powerful and such. Pop and pop. Unfortunately, summon is about to come out, which is going to kill the sprite, the square sprite. A sorry. And we just have to kill here. In turn. Just have to wait for the Berserk to come through. You tried. Okay, yeah, I feel pretty good about how those fights went. Although those fights didn't actually threaten our summons, which makes it them easier than the real one's going to be. I think we take the Shadow Flame focus. Mana has kind of been a little bit of a problem. And then I don't really hate just having more Crystallize. I also don't hate upgrading the Devour. I guess Devour Strike is our strike that goes with whatever. Yeah, let's upgrade the Devour Strike because it'll go well with the Moss stuff. And then I think this fight's going to be less obnoxious to do. And this run's already obviously pretty long, so. Mana out. And I think it is worth just getting this damage out here. This is not going to be a super long fight, most likely. That may just be wishful thinking, but we'll see. Gonna do this just to get the growth out instead of the Necro Transmute. Because that gives us, yeah, a whole ton of extra mana for this turn. Oh man, we get so close to getting this kill on the front one here, but the first card we play is gonna kill it, so it's fine. Getting that freeze off is nice. Sure, why not? And why not just give you a worse day? And shield up the team. Donk donk. Alright, one more. Two down, one to go. Not gonna need that this turn, or this fight. Can't afford that. I suppose drawing cards was a little silly here. It's fine. We're at that point where it's like, the fight is basically over, we've won, it's just a matter of actually figuring out how we're going to get this last little bit of damage out. And the answer is, Outrider provides. And we're back to full health without any rests, if I recall correctly. I think we want the second Spirit Helmet. I think keeping Outrider alive is important, and we're just going to need to have that cleanse to do that. That's just going to give us shock, which is probably still better than this, because we just haven't, that's just not been a relevant card, a relevant item. I'm even too lazy to rest, we're just going to go in. I'm too lazy to rest. Kind of tempted to not do this quite yet. If we don't have another summon, I don't have to. And especially with both of our ally cleanses in hand, I don't want to... because this is an AoE curse that's coming out on turn 1. And there's just absolutely no reason for me to throw the Outrider in front of the AoE attack plus whatever, because next turn is not an AoE attack, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so you're now just in a much stronger position. So Outrider. I think we just want to do that. Because again, I do pretty highly value just starting to get that growth going, because, yeah. I also like that we didn't end up getting any trash cards. Very happy to junk that. And we even get to get rid of the curse. So far, so good. All right. I'm pretty sure we're not guaranteed to have... Oh, no. It's... just kidding. It's perfect. Haha. Yeah. I think we saved both those. So I think we do actually want to get the shield out of both of them. And yeah, we knew we were safe because of whatever. And we do still have that 5% of A chance, so bonus value from that. Alright, this big AoE attack though is probably has the... Oh, thank you, actually, I just realized. This coming in, Endurance absolutely wants to be on the team. I love Endurance 100%. Putting in work, helping to make the dream work, being the teamwork to make the dream work. Opportunist is not up this turn. That was last turn. What are the odds that draws mana? Not great. Let's just do that and go with that. Ha 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 ha. A little bit of curse, but that's what, whoops. That's what this is for. And we have another one, and they have a, that was only one, so I think we're good to do this instead. Because this is the card that I am more interested in playing. And see, we have another copy, so we just can find that. And we actually did the corrupt that time. You know, for bonus value. Bomp. I should have sequenced that better. But what else is new? Just go and do that real quick. Just for the fun of getting tipped over to the top growth tier of having 24 plus growth. So we now are getting 10 mana this next turn. So I think the other thing we're really worried about is the next time we get around to the AoE turn. So there is an Insidious Power Stone in the dropout. If I was going to play that, I probably should have played it first. But I don't know if I'm going to play it because it's going to partially depend on. Alright, or we can just get everything we need. Whoop. That doesn't seem great right now. Honestly, fine with that. And we'll just get arcane detonations out even if they don't, strictly speaking, do a ton for us. Alright. And here's the bigger AoE curse turn that's coming out. Fortunately, I think we've set ourselves up pretty well to ignore that. Just going to do this largely to stack a bit of fortress and also just shield up our buds. Yeah. Because there we have 6 curse, which is a pretty substantial amount. But because of the position we're in, we can manage it. Aha! Get rid of that. So... unfortunately, that would waste a freeze, which I don't know that I want to do. Oh, whoops, opportunist was up. I was not paying enough attention. Gonna end up taking, I think, a little bit of health damage here, probably, but not enough to actually break us. And we just get our health back. Really expected to see... I don't have Maw's attack pattern fully memorized, but I really expected to see whatever come back around. Whoop. Should get wits up. In case we draw back into Mind Over Body. Slowly whittling through that purity. Drawing 7 cards this turn, so those shrivels just immediately get pulped. Pretty okay amount of Shadow Ray damage there. Or of Necrotic Withering Blast damage there. We now actually have a... I shouldn't have started saying that. Because we now actually have the ability to apply debuffs again, but that was a lie. That goes away. And now, I'm not going to say it because I already know what that means. We are about to see Purity come out again. But we're also very close to this kill here, so... Maw can't hide forever. And just in time for this big AoE attack to come back out. Which I think we're totally fine to deal with. And yeah, we get the Binta kill. As it was foretold by somebody. Do that because we can. Alright. Overall, this run went very well. Rallying Tavern OP. So that was the run. Technically, it was an anti-hunt. It was a run where we fought against Idle the Hunt, although we also didn't, because we just had the -1 card draw on our fatigue threshold, but whatever. Anyway, that is it for this run. I will see you next time. Until then, toodle.